Hello friends, welcome to Suresh Aggarwal's Mathematics Shortcuts. Fractions and rational numbers, a very important topic for all the class 7th, 8th students. And fractions and these rational numbers, they form the base of so many different topics, and you cannot escape them in even other subjects like physics and chemistry, right? So you need to be really good in the operations which involve fractions. So in this video, I am going to take up some of the properties of addition and subtraction, especially related to the fractions. Watch the entire video. This is going to be really important for you, and some of the basic methods which are being discussed in this video are going to help you in subsequent topics in the same series of videos. So friends, we have a great announcement. We have recently launched India's #1 Vedic Maths video course. Now this is a video course, and all those students who are aspiring to develop 10 times faster speed of calculations, they can take advantage of this video course. This actually is the complete beginner level course. Now when I say beginner level, see the basic things, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, divisibility, they form the base of higher calculations, and therefore even if you are good in basic operations, the course is for you also, because it will help you in developing those minute competencies which are required to solve higher problems and crack all those difficult what do you call them, calculations easily and quickly. So when you have to develop speed, you need to understand these things, and this video course has 61 explanatory videos. They are exclusive videos not found on the YouTube channel, and what more, we have 114 comprehensive worksheets. You can watch the videos, attempt all these comprehensive worksheets, and obviously they come with the answer key also, so that you can verify your answer. And I am going to guarantee you this beginner level course is going to be an exclusive collection to your tricks. So friends, grab a copy today, and we have some discounts going on as of now. So you can jot down my WhatsApp number 9896 369 963. You can send me a message on this. I'll tell you how to avail the best offer going on this India's #1 Vedic Maths beginner level video course. Let's see the concept in hand now. Here we have some questions written here, and you can see there are 5 fractions here, and we need to use the method of rearrangement. Now very important that you realize, sometimes the students don't observe these things, and they land up spending too much of time in adding and subtracting fractions. But if you use the method of rearrangement or grouping, we can simplify such large expressions quite easily. You can see here, this is 5/8 plus 5/2 minus 3/5, and we have a bracket here because there are two signs, negative and negative, coming together. So minus and minus forms a plus, so 9/8 and 7/5. So what did I do? The first thing I did is remove the brackets in the question. So I don't want any brackets in the question. And now what do you mean by rearrangement and grouping? Grouping is when you watch the denominator and you see that there are some like fractions. Like fractions are the fractions which have the same denominator. Adding like fractions is very easy, and therefore what I will do is I will group this and this together and just add the numerators. So 5/8 plus 9/8. I will write one more step for your convenience. This is 5/8 plus 9/8, right? And now, are there any more like fractions? Here we have minus 3/5 and plus 7/5. So I will write the plus first. So plus 7/5 and minus 3/5. See, I have grouped them because they have the common denominator. And there is another fraction, 5/2. I think that is the lone fraction, which is unlike, there is no like fraction for 5/2. So I will keep it as it is. And now adding them is quite easy. See, 5 plus 9 is 14, right? So 14/8, when you reduce 14/8 to simplest form, you get 7/4. Likewise here you see 7 minus 3 is 4, right? So 4 upon 5. So plus 4 upon 5 and finally 5 upon 2. Now we have reduced them to 3 fractions in place of 5 fractions. Comparatively easier, right? Now, how do you add this and this? Now, why did I choose 4 and 2? The denominator 4 and 2, because they are not co-prime. They have a common factor between them. I can convert 2 to 4, right? So if I write this 5 by 2 as 10 upon 4, it doesn't make any difference. See, 10 upon 4 is 5 by 2 only. So 10 upon 4 plus 7 upon 4 is going to give me 17 upon 4, right? So I have added the first and last, and plus 4 upon 5 is as it is, and now I can use the butterfly method and get to my answer, because 4 and 5 are co-prime numbers. So no common factor between them, so the denominator is going to be 20, 4 5s are 20, and now 17 5s are 85 and 4 4s are 16, and therefore the answer for the question is in my next step, that is, what is this, 101 upon 20. Obviously you can write it as a mixed number, but that doesn't matter. 101 upon 20, you can leave the answer in that format also. Pretty easy, right? And what is the takeaway from this? The takeaway message is method of rearrangement. So how do you rearrange these 5 fractions to convert them into a much more simpler form? Likewise, you have the property, the commutativity. So if you are asked to verify the commutativity of addition of rational numbers, you should know that commutativity basically is when you add A and B, or you add B and A, it gives you the same result. So when you are asked to verify the property, you will be doing addition of these two. So I will be doing minus 11 upon 15 plus minus 7 upon 10. So I am adding it like this. Now there are two signs together, right? So whenever there are two signs together, you have to convert them into a single sign, like plus and minus is minus, so it becomes 7 upon 10. Now again, 15 and 10, they are not co-prime. They have a common factor between them. So whenever you have a common factor between them, you have to convert them to the common denominator, and the common denominator in this case is 30. 15 2 times is 30 and 10 3 times is 30, right? Now 30 divided by 15 is 2. So when you multiply this by 2, you get minus 22. And 30 divided by 10 is 3. So you get 21. And therefore, this is minus 43 by 30. So when I added them in order, like first and the second one, I got minus 43 by 30. Now I will try the other way around. I will write the second one first. Minus 7 upon 10, and then add what? Add minus 11 upon 15 to that. Minus 11 upon 15. So when you find, when you remove the bracket, this will again be the same thing, but in reverse order. See here and see here. They are in reverse order. But it doesn't matter, because you have the same LCM and you get the same numbers, minus 21 and minus 22 here, which gives you the same result, minus 43 over 30. So the two results which you get are exactly the same, whether you add A plus B or you add B plus A. Perfect, right? Let's see what we have in our next question. Here you can see the property now changes, and now the question is asking us to verify associativity of addition of rational numbers. So what is associativity? Now I'll do one part of this and I'll leave the second part for you. Associativity is for three numbers, say A, B and C. Now we have to verify associativity for addition, right? So whenever you have to verify this, first thing is you will be putting plus signs between the three numbers, and then put B plus C in the bracket, and likewise put A plus B in the bracket and take C outside. If you do this and this, your result has to be same, and that is what is called associativity of addition. So I'll do this part and I'll leave this part for you as DIY. Do it yourself so that you can verify that whatever answer I get doing a plus b plus c, you get the same thing by doing a plus b plus c. Right. So let's do a plus b plus c. A is 1/4 plus, I'll put a big bracket, b is 1/3 plus c is minus 2/5. Now you realize why I use the big bracket, because I have to use the parenthesis here and I have a bracket here also. So I have to use multiple brackets here. So 1/4 plus, so within the parenthesis I have 1/3 plus minus minus 2/5. Now what will I do is I will do this bracket first, because obviously when you do BODMAS you have to solve the bracket first. So 1/4, this remains the same, and what do I get here? I use the butterfly. This is 5 and this is 6. So 5 minus 6 is minus 1, and in the denominator 3 times 5 is 15, and so this is going to be 1/4 plus minus minus 1 by 15. Pretty easy now, because these are again co-prime numbers. 4 and 15 don't have a common factor between them, so you can again use the butterfly. This is 15 minus 4 upon 4, 15 times is 60, so this gives you 11 upon 60 as the left hand side of this part. Now I got 11 upon 60. You try it using a plus b first and then adding c to that. You should get 11 upon 60 again, and that will verify the associativity of addition of rational numbers. Let's see this one. Here we have to find the additive inverse of 7 by 12 and additive inverse of 3 by 8, and we have to add them. So what do you mean by additive inverse? Now see, whenever you have a number like minus 3 by 2, the additive inverse of negative 3 by 2 is obtained by changing the sign of the fraction. So 3 by 2 will be the additive inverse. And why is it called the additive inverse? Because when you add these two, you always get a 0. So additive inverse of a fraction is something that has to be added to the fraction to get 0. And obviously how will you get it? You will get it by changing the sign of the fraction, right? So what is the additive inverse of 7 by 12? It is minus 7 by 12. And what is the additive inverse of 3 by 8? It is minus 3 by 8, right? And now he is asking us to add them. So add means you have to put a bracket like this. And now pretty easy, because you have done it earlier. Minus 7 by 12 plus minus becomes minus, and 3 by 8. Now 12 and 8 are not co-prime, they have a common factor between them. So I think you have to take the LCM again. And pretty easy, the LCM is 24, because 12 times 2 is 24 and 8 times 3 is 24. 24 divided by 12 is 2, so when you multiply this you get minus 14, and 24 divided by 8 is 3, so you get minus 9, and therefore your answer for the question is minus 23 upon 24. Very easy, right? But what was the important thing? What is the additive inverse of a fraction? Let's pick up two more questions. Let's multiply this by the reciprocal. Now we have another thing, a reciprocal, right? So minus 1 by 2 plus 7 by 4 is to be multiplied by the reciprocal. Now the reciprocal is what? When multiplied by 9 by 8 gives you 1. So reciprocal is just obtained by flipping, like 9 by 8, the reciprocal is 8 by 9. So you have to multiply it by 8 by 9. Again here, so 2 and 4 are not co-prime. So we have to have a common denominator, 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. When you multiply this by 2, you get minus 2 and plus 7. And then multiply it by 8 by 9. So what is the next step? 7 minus 2 is 5, right? So 5 by 4 multiplied by 8 by 9. So you can cancel the common factors, like 4 cancels 8 2 times, and the rest of it will give you the final answer for the question, which is 5 2s are 10 upon 9, or you can write it as a mixed number, doesn't matter, right? Friends, important thing is the basics, and when you understand the basics, when you have knowledge of technical terms involved in the questions look easy. And obviously adding, subtracting, multiplying the fractions, that forms the base of this particular chapter of fractions and properties of addition and subtraction. Let's see one more. Here we have to find what comes in this blank. So for finding this blank, what we have to do is we have to transfer these terms to the other side so that we only have this question mark on the left hand side. So on the right hand side we already have minus 1 by 10, which I can write directly as it is, and when some of the terms are transported from left to right, they change sign. So 2 by 5 becomes minus 2 by 5 and minus 7 by 15 becomes plus 7 by 15. And now again adding and subtracting fractions. These are all fractions which have a common factor between them. So you have to find the LCM. LCM, the common multiple of 5, 10 and 15. The least common multiple is going to be 30 only. 15 2 times is 30 and 30 is divisible by 5 and 10 also. Now 30 divided by 10 is 3. So when you multiply this by 3 you get minus 3. 30 divided by 5 is 6. So minus 12. And 30 divided by 15 is 2. So plus 14. And here you have your answer. This is 14 minus 15 minus 1 upon 30. That forms the final answer for this particular question of finding the unknown term. So friends, this is very important video because most of the students struggle in basics, and that's why I decided to make some videos so that the junior students, 6th, 7th, 8th class students, they will be greatly benefited out of these things. So friends, do share this video and do subscribe the channel and click the bell shaped icon for getting the notifications. Thanks for watching this and look forward for more such amazing videos in future also. All the best.